I'm here talking to Fruteland Jackson. Fruteland, well, how did you get started in the business here?
Well, let's see. My uncle gave me a guitar when I was 12 years old, and he planted the seed. And he was the first blues man I ever saw. In fact, when I was about 7 or 8 years old, I heard him in the front room yelling, and I ran in the kitchen and said to my mother, "Something's wrong with Uncle Woodrow. He's screaming and yelling." And she told me he was having fun. And I went in there and I peeked around the couch, and I should have ran for my life. I was imprinted then. And I looked at him, and he was sitting. He had one of those old amps where you wait 5 minutes for the red light to come on, and a real twangy guitar.
Right.
And wife beater T-shirt on, and a half a pint of what he liked to drink. And he was just singing the blues. And I think that's when I got zapped. But I didn't pay it any mind. And I started playing classical music. And next thing you know, things just kept happening that kept bringing me back to the blues. So about 20 years ago, I got serious about it.
Right.
I was a theater major and a music minor. And then I just got serious about really learning how to play a lot of the early styles. And I've been out here for the past 20 years.
Okay. All right. So, your thing too, as far as it's into educating
Yes.
kids in school.
Yeah, that happened by accident. I didn't really like a lot of kids. I only liked kids if they were real smart and they had to go home. And I never saw myself working with them. But I happened to be in Charleston, South Carolina, and this woman asked me to speak with some students about the blues. And I bristled, and I said, "I'm a blues man. I sing whiskey, drinking, and cheating songs. These little kids don't have the wherewithal to sing the blues. Let them learn their lesson." And she says, "All you have to do is play a couple of songs. It pays $100 a half an hour." Ding. And I said, "Okay." And I still didn't know what I was doing. I talked to a friend of mine named Reverend Robert Jones in Detroit. I said, "This lady wants me to talk to little kids about the blues. What do I do?" He said, "Just stick with Leadbelly and you can't go wrong. Don't sing Hoochie Coochie Man." And I went in there and I played some Leadbelly tunes and I talked, and she liked it and says, "Would you like to do 3 more?" I pulled out my fingers and got the count, and I wound up doing a little bit better than they were paying me at the festival. So when I got back home, I asked the manager that I had at the time to book me into schools, but I didn't want little kids. I would prefer college students because I can talk the way I want to talk. And so she got me into, I probably have been at every major university in the Midwest. I started off at the University of Illinois Circle campus, and it just picked up from there. I didn't know I was being watched by the Blues Foundation, but they gave me an award for keeping the blues alive, a big old heavy award, and had me go to Memphis. And after that, my phone jumped off the hook. And then I started developing the programs with teaching standards, and just putting them together and making them real as viable as possible. And it just sort of took a life of its own. And so I've just been doing that ever since. I never thought I'd see schools close, okay, but the recession has been extremely brutal, and but now things are starting to open up again.
So what brought you here to Salisbury, Rowan Blues?
Beg your pardon?
How you get connected? Did you know about Rowan Blues and Jazz Society?
I hadn't. I don't know. I send out a lot of stuff. I don't know if how we interface, but I know I got a phone call. Originally, I was trying to get to I think Durham. And I have been going back and forth with them. And then this showed up on my radar, and so fine. And I don't know how it worked out, but they invited me, and I wanted to come, and I'm here. So it's good for me.
Yeah, well, it's good for us too.
Thank you.
We're glad to have you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fruteland Jackson.
Thank you.